Good Wednesday afternoon, everyone. This is the midday update. Storm Prediction Center has an update as well. So we're going to go over that. Multi-hazards today across the Ozarks, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, parts of northeastern, eastern parts of Oklahoma, all the way over towards Tennessee. We're talking about Memphis, over to Nashville, possibly northern Mississippi, over towards western Kentucky as well. So we have a lot to talk about with that. Also, like I said, numerous hazards here: tornadoes, high winds, 75 plus miles an hour is possible, and hail up to the size of baseballs to tennis balls, possibly across parts of the area here. I just want to let you know too, we have our winter outlook coming up later this month, and it'll be in the supporter hub on Facebook. It's $4.99 a month. That was a great way to support us and the work we do for you all. Or on the members only on YouTube. There's different routes to support us on there as well. So let's get started because we have a lot to talk about with this significant severe weather possible later this afternoon. Alrighty, so here's the severe risk today. We have an enhanced risk. The Storm Prediction Center still has some questions on how much instability actually gets into this area because of this morning convection that's came through. Otherwise, if we had full sunshine most of the day, this would be definitely, some of this area would be in a moderate risk for today. But there still is some questions on how much instability actually comes into parts of this area, but we will see what happens. But the atmosphere is ripe for all modes of severe weather. Plenty of shear. We have an unseasonably strong system coming in from the northwest. That reminds me of about a mid-April to early May type system coming into the parts of the region. And this is August. So this is pretty rare for August to have this type of scenario with all modes of significant severe weather possible across most of this area. So anywhere from Huntsville, Alabama, up to Nashville, over to Dyersburg, Tennessee, Memphis, just north of Tupelo, Mississippi, all the way through most of northern Arkansas, Jonesboro, Batesville, Marshall, up to Mountain Home, Fayetteville, Rogers, Bentonville, over towards northeastern parts of Oklahoma, up to Joplin, Springfield, Branson, West Plains, Poplar Bluff, Cape Girardeau, and then over towards Paducah, Kentucky as well. On the outside of this is a slight risk area. This is 2 out of 5 in the yellow here. Basically from Little Rock to Oxford, Mississippi to Birmingham, Alabama, over to the northwest suburbs of Atlanta, up to Chattanooga, up to Bowling Green, Kentucky, up to Rolla, Missouri, and then down towards Tulsa as well. So, like I said, this is a very rare occurrence for this to happen in August, and all my years, I've never seen anything like this, especially in August, this far south, especially with all hazards could be significant across this area. So let's take a look at the individual hazards across this area. All right, here's a tornado outlook for this afternoon into this evening. The green is a 2% to 4% risk area of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. The brown is a 5 to 9% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. And the yellow here is 10 to 14% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. Now, the black hatched areas in far northern Arkansas and southern Missouri of seeing a possibility, 10% or more possibility of seeing a strong tornado out there of an EF2 to EF5 possibility across this area, which is absolutely almost unheard of for this time of year. But like I said, we have an unseasonably strong system coming in with all the dynamics coming in, basically a mid-April type storm system that's going to tap into summer-like warmth and instability, and this a very bad scenario coming in across this area. Now, the Storm Prediction Center is actually looking into upgrading possibly this area up here towards Memphis, down here through possibly northern Mississippi, northeastern parts of Arkansas, into possibly a greater tornado risk. They've been looking at that for the past couple hours, but I'll keep you updated on my Facebook page on what happens there. But there's the possibility of the tornado likelihood of these risks to go up across parts of that area, especially across eastern Tennessee, possibly northern parts of Mississippi, and northeastern, more of northeastern parts of Arkansas. All right, so here is a severe wind outlook for this afternoon into tonight. The black hatched areas all the way from eastern Oklahoma, northern half Arkansas, southern Missouri, just clipping far western Kentucky and into the western parts of Tennessee, northern Mississippi, and through northern Alabama. The black hatched areas, you could see winds of 75 plus miles per hour or higher across this area for, like I said, this afternoon in through tonight for Wednesday. Outside of this, in the yellow and the brown, there's probably a little bit lesser chance of seeing a severe wind, but it is possible. 60 to 70 miles an hour is feasible across this area. Now, like I said yesterday, I thought the hail outlook was underdone yesterday, and this is really ramped up across this area. So all these black hatch areas, all the way from Huntsville, Alabama, through Memphis, all the way through northern half of Arkansas, over towards northeastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, that black hatched area, you could see hail in excess of 2 inches in diameter, possibly up to baseball and tennis ball size across this area tonight or this afternoon in through tonight. Oh, just to wrap up as well, before we go into future radar, I just wanted to touch base on a few things I said yesterday, that this enhanced risk was just over here towards Memphis, and I expected it to come westward because, like I said, this is a unseasonably strong low pressure and a cool front that's coming through, and all the dynamics are there, and it's going to tap into summer-like warmth and moisture regarding some big-time instability, especially across the southwestern portions of this area, because they'll have more time to heat up today. But the rest of this area, you need to be watching out today for significant possibility of significant tornadoes, winds of 75 plus miles per hour, and hail up to possibly baseball to tennis ball size across this area. So please stay weather aware. Please like this video, share this video with your friends and family. We got to get the word out here because this could be a significant threat coming, and most of it is going to come after dark tonight. All right, yesterday I also touched on the flash flood risk, and that has come through today. We have flash flood watches across most of northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, over toward Tennessee, parts of Tennessee, in through Kentucky. We do have flash flood watches as well across parts of Illinois, in through Indiana, southern Ohio, over towards West Virginia as well. We've already had 1 to 2 inches of rain across most of Missouri into northern Arkansas this morning, with another round possibly coming this evening to deliver another 1 to 3 inches possible on top of that. So flash flooding will be likely across this area this evening. Now, Texas to Florida, you are still baking with that high pressure basically sitting over Texas. You're going to be baking for a while, especially all the way down through the Gulf Coast into possibly into Florida. There's really no relief in sight yet. I'm still looking for some for you guys, but that high pressure is just going to stay parked over y'all for a little while. So I apologize on that. Just stay cool down there as well. All right, so the one ingredient that is up in the air of how strong these storms could get tonight or this evening and through tonight is CAPE. So this is the amount of available instability and stuff in the atmosphere for storms to really blow up and sustain themselves. So you can see where the storm complex came through this morning. We have, basically stabilized the atmosphere across most of Missouri and through northeastern parts of Arkansas, through parts of Tennessee as well. And you can see by 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon, the instability really starts ramping up in a hurry across southwestern Missouri into northern Arkansas, and then slowly starting to get going up here towards northeastern Arkansas as well ahead of this front. Now, as we get towards later tonight, around 6 o'clock tonight, we have some major cape coming in through the area. So there's going to be some explosive thunderstorm development if this cape maintains true across this area. Like I said, all the other ingredients are here. The big question was how fast is a lot of this instability surface-based cape going to come in to the region to really sustain these thunderstorms, and the models are still advertising this cape to really come into the region. And like I said, there's going to be some explosive thunderstorm development if this maintains true as we head towards this evening, starting up here, probably Missouri, northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then start driving southeast as we go through time. So let's take a look at future radar here. All right, so you can see this is 3 o'clock today. You see that this storm complex moving out. Like I said, here's a timestamp up here. This is Central Time. You can see that storm complex moving out from this morning, going over towards Kentucky and Tennessee. And then as we head towards 5 o'clock tonight, you can see some supercells trying to develop out here towards northeastern Oklahoma, and some scattered development up here towards southern parts of Missouri. Now, go to 5 to 6, you can see if this came true, this could be a big storm coming into northwestern Arkansas across 6 o'clock. Of course, this is future radar. This is not perfect, but it gives a good idea of what could happen. And it's been pretty consistent on the time frame here on some explosive development that happens between 6 and 10 o'clock tonight across southern Missouri into northern Arkansas and northeastern parts of Oklahoma. So you can see some big storms at 7 o'clock tonight, big storms erupting across southern Missouri, and a big supercell-like storm across northwestern Arkansas. We got to keep an eye on that for if that comes true. So here's 8 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock. Here comes that line of storms, and that supercell just keeps rocketing through Arkansas. Like I said, if this came true, we could have some multi-supercells here across northern Arkansas, tapping into that rich moisture and instability. And then here comes that line of storms coming towards Memphis around 10 to 11 o'clock tonight, and then more storms developing behind that going in through overnight. Looks like a big line of storms coming, this rocketing through northern parts of Mississippi, in through possibly northern Alabama, in through central Tennessee as we head towards 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. And then this basically gets out of here by tomorrow morning with some lingering thunderstorms across northern parts of Mississippi. All right. So let's recap real quick. Just a recap. Here is the risks for today as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've got a 3 out of 5 risk here, enhanced risk, basically from far northeastern Oklahoma up towards Joplin, Springfield, Branson, West Plains, down through Rogers, Fayetteville, Marshall, Batesville, Mountain Home, over to Jonesboro, up to Poplar Bluff, over to Paducah, Clarksville, Tennessee, over to Nashville, Jackson, Dyersburg, Memphis, down to Huntsville, Alabama, all the way up to close to Tupelo, Mississippi, Tunica as well. Enhanced risk here. Like I said, there's going to be hail up to the size of tennis balls, possible winds, straight line winds, 75+ mile per hour winds is possible in this area. And some strong tornadoes are possible as well, especially in through southern Missouri and northern parts of Arkansas, in excess of EF2 or greater across that area. So we'll keep you updated on Facebook as well with anything that comes from the Storm Prediction Center. And like I said, the timing we just went over between we're going to start seeing some thunderstorms develop around 6 o'clock this evening, and they're going to last throughout and track southeast through the rest of the area, through southern Missouri and through northern Arkansas, then over towards Tennessee as the night goes on. All right. So please stay safe out there. Have a way to get warnings. And we'll, like I said, I'll have more updates on Facebook later this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay safe out there.